a little bit first, your background about, the military. How did you get there?
Mhm.
What were lessons you learned?
Sure. So I'm a child of two Cuban refugees. So both my parents were born in Cuba. They actually met in the United States, and so I'm a natural born citizen here in the United States. But both my parents were born overseas. We spoke Spanish in the home. I learned English in school, and my dad actually joined the military. He was in the U.S. Navy, a naval officer. So I grew up. Um, I actually this month I celebrated a unique anniversary in that it's 4 years and 1 month. So here in Tucson, Arizona. So this is the longest I have ever
Wow.
lived in any one place
Wow.
in my whole life. And I'm about to turn 40, by the way. And
Wow.
so I've lost track now. Um, Something like 3 continents and 7 countries and 30 something addresses or something like that. I can't
Oh my
remember anymore.
goodness.
So always moved around. And as far as joining the military, it, it was September 11th. So I was in
Wow.
college. I was a sophomore in college on September 11th, and eh, I actually almost dropped out. And my dad tried to convince me because I was going to drop out and enlist in the army. And my dad tried to talk me out of the military, and he was unsuccessful. And basically everyone in my family tried. And then my grandfather called me, and my grandfather told me the story of how he brought his family, which is my mom's dad. And my mom was 5 years old at the time. He had 4 kids, and um, pumping gas, delivering newspapers, driving a delivery truck, do whatever he could to to feed his family and actually put my grandmother through college. And so he tells me this story, and I mean, I'd heard it who knows how many times by then, but from all the different perspectives of everyone in the family. But when the pater familias, when abuelo wants to tell a story, he gets to tell a story, right? And
Sure.
so you listen again, and he finished the story. He says, "Yeah, do you know why I told you that story?" I was like, "No, abuelo, why'd you tell me the story?" He goes, this conversation was in Spanish, of course. Um, and he says, "Because you owe me, me debes." And that, oof, even now, I'm telling it 20 years later, like I got goosebumps
Wow.
Wow.
thinking about it. And he said, I didn't know you, but I did it for you. So get your degree, and then you can go to the army. So that's what I did.
Wow.
And yeah, so I graduated. I graduated college in May of 2004. Started in the army in June. So just 6 days later, on June 6th, 2004, was my first day as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army, which was the 60th anniversary of D-Day. Also happened to be a Sunday. So as a Christian, has kind of like additional significance there.
Right.
Um, and by March of the following year, I was in Afghanistan. So it was quick training, and now you're leading 40 guys in combat. Congratulations.
Wow.
Wow.
Whew.
That's absolutely incredible. And it's, the topic is being exceptional, exceptionally and irresistible, and becoming exceptionally irresistible. And one of the things that always stands out to me is that whenever anybody has a chance to choose a certain life or a certain way of living, that already to me is exceptional. For the Jewish circle, I oftentimes use the example that my father was not always religious. He chose to become religious and around his 20s, whereas I was born into being religious. So anytime I see somebody choosing something, whether it's college or whether it's the military, but they're choosing a certain way of life, to me that already sets you apart as being exceptional, because it's no longer doing what I have to do. And as I define exceptional is one more than what everybody else is doing, or one more than what you're used to. So it's incredible to see that it wasn't just my father was in the military, so I joined the military. This was there was that conscious decision to go to college first and then join the military. And you didn't necessarily have to go to the military after college, but you did anyway. So that's incredible. Thank you for sharing that with us.